What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of October 16th. I'm your host, Zach, and joining me once again, we've got the world's #1 Psychonauts fan, David.
I got my Quest 2 today. It's pretty dope,
Oh, wow.
even though I haven't played anything yet.
I forgot those came out already. Dang. We've got He Sings With All the Colors of the Wind, Chris.
I don't have a response to this bit yet because it's new.
Well, you know what? Maybe you'll become the new Britzy Bar, where I just change your name every week from now on.
Sure.
That's a lot of work, but I'll figure it out. And last but not least, we've got the Ace Attorney, Pridge.
Sponsored by Raising Cane's Chicken. Not really, but if you want to.
Please sponsor us. But if this is your first time watching, I'll take that again. But if this is your first time watching the show, how we do things here is basically we talk through the week's news in gaming and gamify it, giving people points for any good argument they make for or against what's happening in the world of games. At the end of the show, we tally those points up, and whoever has the most points wins. If you're watching us live, which you can do every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/KingKaiser, you can vote along and influence the points, taking away or adding to anybody whose points you agree with or disagree with. But we always start the show with a trivia question to determine the order. And man, I'm really excited for this one. Y'all are going to love this. All right.
We'll see.
This week, we got to hear, well, first, we got a teaser for the PlayStation 5 UI by the hands of one Burger King.
The king.
The king himself. The king. And my question to you all is, Burger King, well known in the video games industry, primarily for his breakout title, Sneak King. Yes, exactly. How many Burger Kings restaurant stores exist in the world?
God.
In the world.
In the world. This number was made in 2019, so this is subject to change, I suppose.
All right, so there were 5,830 GameStops as of last year at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
how much more or less successful do we think Burger King is than GameStop?
Fucking no. I have no context for this. 20,000 Burger Kings.
In the world?
In the world.
Sure.
I just love, I don't know, 20,000 Burger Kings.
I don't know either. I don't know, like 17,076 Burger Kings?
Was there a meme with that number? Yeah.
50,000 Burger Kings.
I was more thinking of that like really shitty 300 knockoff 1776 that like Robot Chicken did, but that works.
Oh, that's very good. Okay, the correct answer is 18,838.
I think Chris still probably beats me.
You're right.
Yep.
All right. Hey guys, this is a PSA by Around the Monitor. Just want to say, math is hard. Unless you're David.
We've done this before. No, it's not.
What was the correct answer?
It was 18,838 Burger Kings. Anyways, let's go over the topics for this week's show. We've got, by the way, super shitty light news week. Just want to put that out there. Speaking of, though, Burger King reveals the PlayStation 5 startup sound and now are doing a contest to give away up to 1,000 consoles. Call of Duty Modern Warfare will let you uninstall game modes that you don't want, so that way the game doesn't have to take up 100 megabytes on your hard drive. It looks like PlayStation 5 accessories are going to ship on October 30th, almost 2 full weeks before the console itself is released. Hey, we finally got to see the PlayStation 5's UI today. What do we think about it? Also, the PlayStation 5 will allow people to record voice chat to report toxic players. Let's talk about Minecraft Steve's victory screen in Smash. Again, it's a slow news week. Amazon's Crucible, the game that was put up in open beta, then almost immediately taken down, is now officially been canceled by Amazon. What the hell's going on? Dark Souls modders are going above and beyond to make their own sequel to the game if From Software will not do it themselves. Microsoft will be sharing digital revenue with GameStop on every Xbox they sell.
You guys made fun of me last week for saying that they were trying to save GameStop. Fuck off.
A survey shows that 35% of gamers already pay for subscription services, and I believe it was above 70% of them agree that they would pay for another subscription service. And finally, Level 5 Games, developers of Ni no Kuni and Yokai Watch, shutter their North American offices.
No, Yokai Watch.
God damn it.
Japan
Spoiler
loves
alert, I
Japan
own 2
loves
different Yokai Watch games.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I've been told they're actually quite good.
They're kind of fun. It's like, do you like Pokemon but want a slightly different battle system? And just play Yokai Watch.
Mm, mm.
What about Temtem? You guys remember Temtem?
Really quick, before we start the show, Hayo gave a point to Mizuki for studying something real. Ouch.
Yo, fuck off, Rob.
And you know what degree I'm not using? The one I have.
I also
think-
have a law degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say-
First off,
Cringe is the only person that went to school for something real and also uses their degree.
I was gonna say he's the only one
That's true.
working
That's
in
100%.
his field. But
Fuck
Chris,
yeah, I work in my field. I just work in fucking media. This is a toxic episode. Let's go.
hey, don't tell PlayStation. We might get reported. Chris, what would you like to talk about?
Actually, perfect segue. That's the topic I want to talk
No
about.
way! All right, hell yeah.
The PlayStation 5 is going to allow people to record voice chat and, like, I guess submit it to the powers that be. Look, I'm not worried about that part. I'm worried about the first part. So, PS5, one of the features of sort of like, anti-toxicity measures is someone's being toxic in the chat. You can hit, I presume it'll be like the share button on the DualShock 4, but just on, the DualSense's version of that. And you can record an audio snippet and then it'll be sent off to, I didn't fully understand this. If it's going to be the individual games, like moderating service, or if it's going to be like Sony's service.
I have a strong suspicion it would be the individual game. I
That
imagine
would- that
Sony
makes the
would
most
not want
sense
to
to
have
me.
to deal with this.
That makes the most sense to me. But yes. Yeah, and basically they will be able to then listen to the audio clip and decide if that person was being, toxic or racist, sexist, whatever the hell.
Mm-hmm.
In what is a pretty uninspired console cycle, most of these are just the thing, but bigger. This is a really fucking cool piece of technology that is well implemented, hopefully. Holy shit.
Yeah,
What a time to be alive. Now, this is a great concept. I love the idea that we're actually going to be, like, we live in the age of accountability. We can record people and then be like, this person is being an asshole. Here's proof. Please fix.
Mhm.
Now, unfortunately, what's going to happen with this software, guys? Some poor people, God, I hope it's a robot, but unfortunately, some poor souls at Sony or whatever games company are going to have to listen to so much stupid bullshit and probably so much racist bullshit by people who are just sending
Mhm.
stuff in just to meme. Or people that are playing obnoxious audio into their microphones just to piss off the people that have to listen to this garbage.
It's like Xbox 360, like death matches again, where it's just some guys blasting.
Oh
like,
God, you just hear like a baby in the background and fucking speakers.
yes, somebody's blasting BYOB by Rage Against the Machine in the background. I don't know why I picked that song, but
Fucking Pantera Walk playing through like
BYOB System of a Down?
you're totally
Yes,
right.
that is. Oh, what did you say, Zach?
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, to be fair, System of a Down is Raging Against the Machine.
I think that's where I was
but
going.
they are
but-
not Rage Against the Machine.
yes.
Yeah. Anyways, Chris, keep going with your point.
That just got fucking lost.
Super derailed.
Cool technology. In theory, this is actually a huge leap in the direction of like, keeping people from stopping being huge assholes online. Will the repercussions be anything? Almost certainly not. Will this be used properly? Almost certainly not. Could this end up being a really good thing for like anti-toxicity on the internet? Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. If it is being delivered directly to the people running the specific game, you're totally right. A bunch of people are going to have to listen to a bunch of reports. Will they eventually be like, man, this fucking sucks, we don't want to do this? And either they just, if somebody gets like 2 reports, they just ban them from playing their game, or they don't listen to it. They don't want to pay somebody.
One thing that's worth note here is that nowhere in this thing, and like we'll hear more of this when it comes out, but like it doesn't say the company has to listen.
Yeah. There's also the thing of like, Pridge, you're a lawyer here. You can set the record straight on this. How does this work for recording laws in various states? Because I know it varies across border to border, but like, I know in some states, in order to record some audio, you have to have consent from both parties, or you have to have consent from just one party.
Somewhere in your user end agreement, you're going to waive your
That's a good
privacy
point.
right and allow
Yeah.
them to record everything you do.
Totally
I
good point.
believe in the
No
new
one
update,
no one will notice it, but it's somewhere buried in something that you ignore
point.
and click a checkbox on.
yeah, I believe in the new update they added that because some people asked PlayStation about it on Twitter, and they were like, well, "We're not gonna listen to this like all the time, but people in your party may record you." Yes,
Mhm.
so
Isn't
I'm
that just
sure
the same as when you pick up the phone, you call tech support anywhere? Like
basically,
this call may be
Yes.
maybe recorded. for
Exactly.
tech- blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because it does pop up when you get into a voice chat. It will say like this might be recorded. With something they said in the article. But anyways, moving on from that, David, what would you like to talk about for your second or the second topic of the show?
Let's talk Xbox and GameStop because this is actually very interesting
Please,
and very weird.
We talked about it briefly on the Discord today. I think this is a bad move by Microsoft, but you seem to feel slightly different.
This is a little wild, but at the same time, I feel very smart. So, Microsoft reportedly is now going to give GameStop a portion of all digital revenues based on console sales. So, if someone buys an Xbox Series X or S at a GameStop, GameStop will then see a portion of all digital sales that come from that console for its lifetime, which at first glance seems fucking insane. It's like, okay, Microsoft isn't going to make as much money off of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Microsoft still needs to sell consoles. They no longer have Microsoft stores, so pretty much the only way to buy the console is through Amazon, Walmart, Target, GameStop.
Real talk, I totally forgot that Microsoft stores existed until you just said that.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically gone as of this year, but it doesn't super matter. They don't do direct sales as far as I'm aware, like PlayStation has started doing as of late. So realistically, they need retail centers at this point in time. So their idea is, hey, there are 5,830 GameStops around the country, roughly. And we want those GameStops to stay in business because they sell our consoles. So let's give them a chunk. They haven't said what the chunk is. I can't imagine it's large. I doubt it's like 30% or whatever it normally is on a box sale.
It's got to be super small.
It's got to be smaller than that. I don't think it's super small, but it's got to be smaller than it normally would be.
Sorry, I meant for the digital revenue, but yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean too.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't think it's going to be super small.
Really?
I think it's at least probably 5 or 10% would be my guess.
Wow.
Which for not having to do anything on the digital sale, that's fantastic. But Microsoft, keep in mind, Microsoft is going to make more money from that digital sale than they would on a physical sale. Even at GameStop, even at Walmart, even at Target.
Good point.
So they're not losing out too much compared to what they're making right now. And I don't know if this applies to Game Pass sales. If it doesn't, then Microsoft's still coming out ahead on this. Because if they don't have to share money, like Game Pass money with GameStop, they're winning. Because that's pretty much what they're going to be making money off of in this next generation is Game Pass. So I think this is a good move for Xbox to stay relevant in the retail space. This gives GameStop a reason to push Xbox over PlayStation, and I can't imagine from the corporate end them not like trying to trickle that down to their floor employees of like, hey, if someone's mom comes in and is like, oh, I want to buy my son a new console this year, should I buy an Xbox?
Is this a grandma or a mom?
I said mother, I meant grandmother.
Okay.
But like, should I buy the PlayStation or this Xbox? Those floor employees will now be pushing an Xbox. So there's a decent chance that Xbox is playing from behind. They need to make moves. Totally. This is trying to make moves even in the littlest ways possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think judging from what we know about GameStop corporate, they are 1,000,000,000% going to have like messages to their employees saying, push Xboxes. We make more money if you sell an Xbox here are incentives for you to sell an Xbox, and it's going to be something dumb like, oh, you get a stick of gum for it. But like,
Oh yeah, I mean, grannies are gonna
Still.
come in. They're gonna be like, "Mason wants a PlayStation Series Q," and the GameStop employee is gonna be like, "I think you mean Xbox Series X instead of PlayStation 5." That's just what's gonna
a
happen.
PlayStation Series Q? Where did you reach to get that?
From the
My
hit
brain.
game Persona Q.
I don't know what that even is.
That's a
So
thing.
no, the recesses
is.
of David's Psychonauts were in mind.
Well,
I
pray
planted it there in a dream.
pray they never make a level after your own mind. Pridge.
Oh, I
They had to make a second game first.
Good joke. I'm going to give you a point for that one. Pridge, you're up next. What would you like to talk about for the third topic of the show?
All right, everyone, get your fingers over the F key. So we're going to press F to pay respects to Crucible.
Ah, R.I.P.
Yeah, that freaking game, man. Amazon Games, baby.
Amazon Game Studios. So, as we've talked about a few times before, Amazon made a team-based shooter. Line of this team-based shooter goes released in May 2020, unreleased in July 2020, and canceled in October 2020. And that's the life of Crucible. May 2020 to October 2020. A strong 5 months of being alive.
I would even call it strong.
Yeah, no, that was a sarcastic strong, if that wasn't apparent.
It was on life support for 5 months.
Yeah, so apparently this game was just trash. I did not try it because I don't trust anything Amazon Game Studios makes. Their Wikipedia page is like a bunch of Amazon App Store games, one Twitch extension, a game based on the Grand Tour, that BBC show about cars, and then 2 canceled games, including Crucible and New World, coming out in 2021. So, again, this is not super surprising because Amazon is completely in over their heads on this. Their game studio does not know what it's doing and does not have any name recognition outside of having the word Amazon attached to it, and that's not enough in a sphere you're not known for. Things like this and Stadia and Mixer are people who don't know what they're who basically are getting in so far over their heads trying to compete with Juggernaut they literally just don't have the ability to beat. So like when I like New World doesn't look terrible, but I just have no reason to trust that Amazon's going to suddenly turn it around. They're not good at this. This is not something they do. This is not something they're good at. This is not something they have any history or repertoire with. So the fact that this shooter lasted 5 months is sad for everyone who worked on it. But again, it's not surprising because, one, you're throwing a game into a genre that's rapidly becoming extremely oversaturated, and you're not even putting out a good one. And again, Amazon has all the money in the world, but they're not a game company.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that Jeff Bezos has enough money to cure world hunger, I think like 3 or 4 times over, but he does.
It is far more than that.
But all the
Yes.
money in the world can't make a single fucking game that's worth shit.
Because they're not actually trying. They think this is easy. They think this is just some easy thing they can add, but they don't realize they have no talent at this. And then they immediately give up when they realize they have no chance at this.
Also, game development is hard. You can't just host other people's stuff that they want to sell.
100%.
Right.
What
Also,
again,
Jeff Bezos could cure world hunger nearly 100 times over. He wakes up every single morning and decides not to.
is it that many times? God damn.
Yes.
Chris, what would you like to talk about for the second topic?
There's a. Yeah, you know what? I don't give a shit. Let's talk about Minecraft Steve's fucking penis.
His rectangular wang.
So, look, Smash is a bad video game. I've said it before and I'll say it again. But Minecraft Steve being added to Smash Brothers kicks so much ass, and I fucking love it because Nintendo is weird. They're a crazy company run by weirdos. And they don't seem to fully understand video games most of the time. They definitely don't understand how the internet works. But for once, they fucking took a bit and just ran with it and knocked it out of the goddamned park. Someone at Nintendo signed a deal and they were like, "Hey, we should get fucking Minecraft Steve into Smash because of money reasons. I don't fucking know how this came to be or whatever the fuck." And then nobody said no. That's what happened. Is that someone proposed this and then nobody was like, nah. Everyone was like, sure, what the fuck not? And then they just took the meme-ness of it and just fucking booked it. And to be fair, they did good work here. The Minecraft Steve looks to be cool as shit in Smash. And all of the cool the detail things with zombie and stuff like that. Oh, that's great and all. But today we got to see, or yesterday, whatever the fuck, we got to see the victory screen, which is him holding the fucking piece of pork or whatever the fuck, and it is dick level, and Mario is just there clapping like it's the end of Evangelion.
That was good. Damn.
Congratulations, Minecraft Steve. Congratulations.
That was.
If
That
you
was.
didn't give him a point, give him a fucking point.
I gave him 2 points. That's the joke of the
Okay,
episode
good.
right there. God damn.
If you're gonna have all this dumb bullshit in Smash, you're gonna have fucking Piranha Plant. If you're gonna have fucking people screaming that we want Waddle Dee, if Joker's gonna have an ability just called Gun, fuck it, let's go. Give me Smash the meme fighter. I'm sick. Give me Dong Dong Never Die, but it's fucking Smash Brothers. That's a very obscure fighting game.
Yeah, I was
reference
like,
for you kids at home.
you making?
Very
Is that a real
obscure.
thing?
Dong Dong Never Die is a live action Chinese fighting game that came out 2 years ago. It is fucking excellent.
Like a FMV fighter?
Yes, it's amazing.
Okay.
It's like a bunch of dudes. It's like 5 dudes wearing the same just wearing different outfits, putting on a fake mustache and being a different character. It's fucking excellent. I got
Okay.
derailed here. This is great. I love that Mario is there applauding. I love that it is just absolutely dick level. Fuck yeah, Nintendo, you're like the weird old guys trying to be cool a lot of the time. In fact, all console companies are. But great job.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Congratulations.
I believe the link I saw for this on the Kotaku article for it was how did this get approved, which is hilarious. But yeah,
I reference it all the time, but someone had to walk into the other room and be like, "The thing is done."
and
people saw this and said, "Yes, I in no way see how this is a problem."
Because what actually happened is someone plopped Steve into the fucking screen, and he maybe they put the meat there accidentally, and they went, "That's funny," and somebody else went, "Yeah, that is funny. Send it on," and then and then it kept going, and people kept being like, "That's funny, that's funny, that's funny," and nobody stopped it.
Nobody stopped it. But they won't stop this show either. David, what would you like to talk about for your second topic?
Nice hog, Steve.
May I combine Burger King and the PS5 UI?
Pridge, how does this sit with you? Because you'd be going after
yeah,
him.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, then yes, David,
All right.
you may.
Excellent. So Burger King on the 13th, which was 2 days from the day of recording this, tweeted out a video with the Sneak King himself looking into a bag of Burger King and being like, and there's the PS5 blue light and startup sound, which was super cool. So a bunch of people were like, oh shit, is Burger King gonna premiere the PS5 UI? That'd be a weird thing. They were wrong, but they weren't as wrong as you would think. Burger King was 10/15, my dudes. And you know what date the PS5 UI was revealed? 10/15, my dudes. It's out today. You know what's really underwhelming? The PS5 UI.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
I mean, it's fine. I'm not gonna dunk on it too hard, honestly, because it's very much fine. For whatever reason, everyone has decided to adopt the Netflix UI, even though the Netflix UI is literally trash garbage.
Mm-hmm.
There is no good way to filter in Netflix. There's no good way to browse in Netflix. It's designed to make you browse forever looking for things so that you pick shows that you wouldn't normally watch. I'd rather play games I want to play. So I'm a little irritated that they're using the Netflix UI.
That was well phrased.
So that part's irritating. They showed some cool stuff. They showed a glimpse of what looked like the PlayStation version of Xbox's Quick Resume. It looked fine. I don't super care that much about it. Whatever. We'll learn more when it comes out. I'm sure they're not going to tell us anything ahead of time or until people get their hands on the console. So whatever. They had some hints in there. There was some party improvements. There was some improvements to trophy tracking. They had like percentage for trophies, which was cool. They didn't actually bring attention to it. There was just a trophy on the screen with a percent next to it. So it's like presumably there's tracking. That'd be great. People have been asking for that for a long ass time.
A very long time. Xbox
Yeah,
has had it for a while.
Long time. One thing they had that was cool, I hope more games adopt this than I think will, but it was having they called them activities, which is a fucking horrible name, but
Yes,
whatever.
it is.
They had activities where it's like your game can suggest activities to you in the like PlayStation quick access screen, and if games that support it will actually just like teleport you to the activity. So it's like, oh, you finished 33% of this level. Do you want to finish the other 67%? You just click the thing, boom, you're there. I imagine only Sony first party studios will support that.
Yes.
I hope I'm wrong, because that would be cool. I don't see them doing that unless Xbox has something equivalent, which I doubt.
Literally, it's exactly my thought when I was watching the thing. I was like, that's a really cool idea. And I was like, but if people are going to have to do this just for the PlayStation, like third parties are going to have to do this just for the PlayStation game, I cannot see them caring about
They
it.
had a ton of cool features that no one's going to use after day like 7 when they're finished with Spider-Man and Demon's Souls. Like they had picture-in-picture mode, which I love. I use that when I'm working all the time to like just take a look at a video podcast or something while I'm doing work and have a little video in the bottom left-hand corner. They had a similar thing where you can have like a guide running, but it looks like you have to have PlayStation Plus and only with supported games to use it. So it's like, okay, how many games are going to have that? I don't think it's going to be a lot. They had a lot of features like that where it's like, this is cool. I don't think enough games are going to actually have this to make this useful past the first couple weeks of having the console.
The one thing that got me thinking when you mentioned Demon's Souls is if you get to a boss that's just kicking your freaking teeth in, and you're like, okay, let me watch the guide, and it loads up a video and it says get good. That would be.
It's not gonna do
Chef's
that,
kiss,
but it would be really funny if it did.
Yeah, it's like how to beat the twin gargoyles, and you're like,
did you talk about the custom newsfeed thing that everyone's gonna turn off the second they can?
No, well, they have the explore page, which guess what? It's already fucking there. That's not new. Every game has an explore page on PlayStation. You know what no one looks at? The fucking explore page.
But now it's right there in your face.
It's already right there in your face. If you move over to a game, it's just the PS4's kind of slow and doesn't show it immediately. So you usually start the game before the explore screen shows up. PS5 will show it before you start the game. Congrats.
Did anyone else think the UI looked really empty?
Yeah, I think it's going for minimalistic.
They made the squares for the stuff like really small in the corner.
Yeah. Well, then the guy was like, "So it looks really beautiful on 4K TVs," and I was like, "It looks empty, dog."
Yeah, it's. I saw somebody post a tweet about it. They're like, did anybody expect the next console generation UIs to not look like a bunch of squares in a line? And I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah, I did
like every UI for the last fucking ever.
Yeah,
that's part of what I meant by the Netflix UI. Like, this is just me kind of being a weeb and fucking complaining. But I got the new Crunchyroll UI with my Roku.
I've heard it's really bad. I heard it's really
awful.
bad.
It's terrible. They just copied Netflix, and I'm like, I don't want this. I liked the old one. The old one had genres.
Changing the things I like.
Well, you can change them, but make them better. Don't make it like now instead of having genres, they're like, oh shit, you watched one isekai anime. Here's a whole fucking row of isekai.
Now you get turned.
Like, I don't need that. I don't need this.
You watch one isekai anime. Now you're in another world. How about that?
I mean, to be fair, if you've watched one isekai, you've already watched them all. So.
I'm gonna give you a point for that. That was a good joke. Pridge, you're up last. What would you like to talk about for the final topic of the show?
All right, I'm gonna try to do something completely crazy.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna talk about Dark Souls, but only insult it once.
Whoa! I'll believe it when I see it.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm counting.
So,
take it away.
Some Dark Souls modders are attempting to build their own sequel of Dark Souls. So for those who don't know, Dark Souls is a bad game.
That's
And
one.
that's all
That's
I'm
one.
going to say. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Okay.
Now I'm going to go back to the topic itself without going on a tangent. So a group of people who mod Dark Souls are working together to make Dark Souls Nightfall, a fan-made sequel in quotation marks that is really just going to reuse assets. It's really just a gigantic mod, but like it's so big, they're sort of saying it's like a sequel.
Yeah.
But they know that they can't make a sequel of an IP they don't own, so it's really just a giant mod.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably not going to work. It's like a couple things are funny about this. One, there are sequels to Dark Souls. There's at least 2 numbered ones, and then a bunch of games that are just like Dark Souls. So first off, you're making a sequel to a game that already has 2 sequels. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about the quality of those sequels, but like they exist. So you're doing a thing that already exists. And then sort of back to the original point, do you really think you're not going to get DMC8 on this? Do you actually think you're going to get away with this?
I thought you said DMC 8. And I was
That's-
like, they skipped 2 Devil May Cry.
You really
That's
think
what I was going
really
with,
think
too.
you're going to make Devil May Cry 8 out of
They
Dark Souls
should.
assets?
They should do that.
Damn. Now this is all I want now. What if the next Dark Souls game was like a character? What do they call it? That genre of games?
Character action.
Character action game, and it's just Dark Souls, and you're fighting friggin' Gwyn, and like you're like, oh, I got to do my combos.
And then it says, you died. Stylish.
S plus.
Savage.
Sorry. Please
No, that's
continue.
fine. Dark Souls modders creating Devil May Cry 8 out of Dark Souls is a funny concept.
Better than any Dark Souls game since 2. Got him.
Hey. But seriously, this is why it's being considered a giant mod. But like at a certain point, he has a Patreon. He's trying to make money off of this. That's not someone's eventually going to catch on to it. They might not be as lawsuit hungry as Nintendo, but mods can only go so far before you're going to attract the attention of people who don't want you making money off their shit.
Literally this week, I chose to not put it in the news because again, it's like this is like a very light news story where like what's that app that all the kids use? TikTok. Yes, the TikTok star.
Fucking old man.
Yeah, a TikTok star who has like 1.8 million followers. Her name was Poke Princess, and she like had all this stuff. And Nintendo finally issued a cease and desist. And she was like, yeah, honestly, I'm not mad about it. Like, I appreciate that they recognize me, but totally I was aping their shit and using their IP. Like, she has a really good like sense of humor about it. She's like, honestly, it's probably because I have an OnlyFans and I'm still going by Poke Princess on that OnlyFans. So
that definitely did not help her case.
No.
Hey, that'll do her.
Yeah. So
Nintendo does not believe sex exists. Prove me wrong.
Well, literally in Pokemon, they say like the canon response to how Pokemon are born is they leave 2 Pokemon that are of like the same body type, and when they're not looking, suddenly an egg appears. That is factually what they say in the canon of Pokemon.
First off, everyone knows that Peach and Bowser definitely bone, and that's where Bowser Jr. comes from. So they definitely have it.
They addressed that in Sunshine. Peach is not his mom.
No, she totally is.
That's Nintendo being cowards.
Listen, we know that Bowser Jr. comes from when Bowser puts on the Toadette crown, and
no,
That's how Bowser happens, not Bowser Jr.
No, but Bowser Jr. is the son of Bowsette, who is also actually Bowser. It's very complicated. I'll tell you when you're older.
Luigi's the dad.
On that super high note, I think we're going to end it for this week.
We should just end the show now.
Never again. This is the final episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
This Dark Souls mod looks like shit. This guy's website sucks ass. If you're gonna fucking try to get money out of me, have a better website.
Dang, got him. But speaking of got him, Pridge and Chris, it's time to go home and become family men because this week's
Time to
winner
get got.
is David.
Time to get got.
Dave, are you ready for your minute, 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Please regale us with a tale for a whole minute.
I probably won't use the whole minute. I might use most of the minute just talking about how I'm not going to use the whole minute. That's very possible
That's what
because I
you're
really
doing right
don't need a whole
now.
minute to use the minute. But realistically, if you didn't leave just now, go to extra-life.org/ATM or /participant/ATM for Around the Monitor to donate to our Extra Life page. It's got my face on it right now. I'll probably fix that soon. But that will be at least mine, probably our Extra Life page for this year. We're gonna do some cool stuff for Extra Life. So yeah, come join us on Extra Life Day. I think it's November 7th. I'm wrong. So yeah, November 7th, Extra Life. Come hang out with us. Come, if you have some extra money to spare, donate to some kids. If you don't, just come hang out.
Man, it is November 9th. Sorry, 7th, you
It's
said?
7th, yeah.
Jesus, that's so soon.
Yeah, I just realized that
Yowza.
now, right now.
Because important to plug, we are going to be doing a stream of some length next Thursday. I'm not at this point. I'm not committing to a full 12 hours anymore. Listen,
Coward.
I can't promise that. I got to work out a schedule, which I will be doing tomorrow. Now that this video is done and out of my hands. Speaking of that video, please go watch our video on Sword Quest. It is a video that I probably put more hours into than I needed to, but I'm very proud of it. The full title is Unsolved Mysteries, The Lost Prizes of Sword Quest. It is a fantastic little look at a small, cool, interesting story of gaming history. So give that a watch.
It is very good. Check it out. Even if
Thank
it doesn't sound like your jam, give it a chance.
Go watch Tales from Runeterra, our actual play D&D podcast set in the League of Legends universe. Runeterra. It's quite good. I put a lot of work into it. Look, I'm be real with you. The first episode, not great. Second episode, slightly better. But from there, it gets good. The characters actually have character now.
Yes.
The guys are starting to, feel the role play out a bit more. It's funnier now. Our fucking memes have gotten pretty peak. We haven't talked about Dave Matthews in a while. That's surprising. Yeah, episode
Shit.
10 just happened. I recommend starting with episode 9 if you want to skip the early stuff. But yeah, we're in Piltover Runs On now. It's very fun.
Sure. So check out our most recent episode of Around the Controller on YouTube. It is basically all our views on next gen, what it's going to be like, what we're excited about. It was nice just to have a discussion. Our episode next Friday, which is the 23rd, or October 23rd to specify, will be our generation defining games for the PS4, Xbox One X / Switch generations. So we'll be going over some of that stuff.
And we're gonna have
that
to talk
should
about Breath of the
be-
Wild again, aren't we?
That should be interesting and people yelling at each other. So if you're into that, tune in because we're probably going to get mad at each other again. Every time we talk Zelda, it happens.
Every time we talk, it happens. But thank you again for watching, and until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.